Hey guys, BrokerStar here, and welcome to my Betonline poker review. I wanted to do something a little bit different rather than every other site out there, and I wanted to actually give you guys a first-hand look at why I'm so excited about this particular website. Don't get me wrong, it's not all roses. There are some upsides and there are some downsides, and I'm going to talk you through everything so you can have quite an objective view on this website. The first thing I want to do is I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about why the site's traffic and the players you're going to play against are not particularly skilled players. Okay, and what you have to first do is understand what Betonline is. And Betonline originally is an online casino and sportsbook. You know, these guys take bets on NFL, boxing, MMA, you know, you name it, they pretty much take bets on it. So the poker room that you're looking at now, with this table of players playing 10 cent, 25 cent, the poker room that you see now is brand new in 2011. So this year the site has just decided to enter the poker market, and they've entered the poker market with their own network. So this has upsides and downsides. Let's talk about the downsides. The downside is that you do not get a huge amount of traffic in comparison to the very mainstream websites such as PokerStars. The upside, however, much more than makes up for that fact. The major upside is the fact that 90% of their traffic come from casinos and sportsbook. So the guys you're playing poker against are gamblers, and they are very recreational and for the most part incredibly unskilled players. Great news if you know how to play poker, or even if you have half a clue how to play poker. So what I've done is I've just opened this table right now. This is 10 cent, 25 cent, and I'm just going to scan around the table. Now, in the picture below this video, I've illustrated how you find the fish and gone on to explain a little bit about how you can very quickly identify a fish before you've even sat down. And it's the concept of having full stacks. Any good poker player understands that when you sit down you want to be full stacked, and if you're allowed to sit down with 100 blinds, you have 100 blinds. If you fall below 100 blinds, you top your stack back up. And the reason that you do that is to make sure that when a positive situation comes up for you in a hand against a fish, you have the most amount of money there to make sure that you maximize your value in that given situation. Now, a lot of bad players don't really understand that fact, and they just tend to top up as and when they run out of money, which is a trait of somebody who's uneducated in poker. So very simply, you can just scan around the table, and players that are sat with less than full stacks tend to be fish. So this is as I say, NL 25. We've got a $10 player. Guys sat down with $5, which is a bit random and fishy. Another one $5, $7, $10, $9. A guy sat out with $23. Obviously not topped up. So that's a table of 10 players, and you can see that half the players on that table are fish. And that's not even to say that the full stacked players aren't fish. You know, they very well could be. Here we're looking through the lobby, and I'm just going to select another table, the very next one down. Again, it's the same stake level, 10 cent, 25 cents, so relatively small stakes. Maximum buy-in is $25. We've got a guy with $8, another one with 14, another one with 4, another one with 23, another one at 8, another one with 8, another one with 4. You have got 8 potential fish on that table. In this day and age, with so much information available to people and so many poker resources, a lot like Tag Poker, the games are a lot tougher on the mainstream sites. Everyone's got half a clue how to play poker, so very often what you will find is you'll be sat down at a table full of really tight players or tight aggressive guys or people that know what they're doing. And it's very rare to actually sit down at a table with one big fish at the table. Yeah, that one big fish that's just going to keep donating, and that's a good table. If you can find one with 2 fish, you're doing even better. At Betonline, this is like the party poker days of 2003. Everyone sat down, hasn't got a clue. We got another player just sat down, $14 at an NL25 table. The only empty seat at the table is just a seat with position on lots of fish, and I've literally just picked these at random. This is live. This is happening now. But don't take my word for it. Okay, you guys can download the software for free. There's a little link underneath this video saying download the software. It's completely free to download the software. Load it up and look for yourself. Just have a look. Don't do anything else. Don't deposit any money if you don't want to. I don't care. If you don't, just don't take my word for it. Download the software. Have a look through the lobby. Pick the tables, and you will see for yourself. The guys are sat down with, as I say, 80% stacks, 70% stacks. They're fish, and there's lots of them. The fish heavily outweigh the good players, which is great news. Some other fantastic things about Betonline that I want to talk about. The first one is it's Mac compatible, so you can download their software for a Windows PC or a Mac. Happy days. Obviously the fish we've talked about, obviously coming from the casinos. The next thing is the fact that they take American players. And in this day and age, that's huge. And not only do they take American players, but they have so many deposit and withdrawal options. It's so incredibly easy. It's easier to get your money on and offline through Betonline than any other poker website I've ever played on. Even the mainstream ones. And I think a lot of that stems from their kind of 10-year sportsbook history and the fact that they've obviously dealt with payment processors for over a decade now. So your money's safe here as far as online poker rooms go. This looks about as good as it gets. The only other downside is their bonuses in their poker rooms are not amazing, and we're hoping they'll do something to change that soon. Obviously, the bigger rooms have slightly larger sign-up bonuses, but at the end of the day, what does a sign-up bonus, for like 200% deposit bonus, mean if you have to then get that bonus by playing against really tough players that are going to make life really hard for you? So I would actually sooner have no bonus and play against a load of people that haven't got a clue what they're doing. And the final point I want to make is BetOnline is now my chosen poker room. I play as BrokerStar on BetOnline. I'm going to be making videos of me playing. I'm going to do another bankroll challenge similar to the one that I did before on Full Tilt. I'm going to be turning $50 into $10,000 starting at the micro-state games, and I'm going to be playing a mixture of games. I'm going to be playing a mixture of full ring cash, six max cash, and obviously my all-time favourite game, heads up sit and goes. And I'm really, really, really excited about it, and I really believe in this room. So I'm literally putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm playing on BetOnline. And I really hope that you guys will come and join me, come and play a game against me, come sit at my table, we can have a bit of banter. I'm also going to be keeping track of my progress in the Tag Poker forums, so you'll be able to have a look and kind of see how I'm getting on and how much money I'm making and how far up the bankroll building process I am to my $10,000 goal. And as I say, a lot of great things, and I think with the ability to take American players, this site is only going to get bigger and it's only going to get fishier. So I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed this review and you've got something from it. As I say, just download the software now, open the lobby up for yourself, and look, just have a scroll through. Yeah, all the tables that are there that have got people sat down playing have got fish. As I say, the traffic's not as huge as some of the bigger sites, but the players are terrible. So until I speak to you guys next, hopefully I'll see you in the forum or I'll see you at the tables. Up until that point, I hope you guys run fantastically and build some bankrolls. Good luck.